Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Messer Gymnasium here in Northfield, Massachusetts. It's tournament time, round 8 of the boys Division 5 basketball. Drury Blue Devils versus your Pioneer Panthers. My name is Tyler Borbo. With me is Carrie Baird, bringing you the play-by-play action. Carrie, thank you so much for being here with me.
Hey, Tyler, thanks for inviting me.
Saturday afternoon. You didn't have any place better to be?
Sadly, no.
What better place could there be with this full house tournament game? And we're just about to be underway. I would say this is about as close to a rival as you can get.
You said it.
And ball punched away, gathered by Drury. They'll have possession first in this game. And both teams have very similar records. Pioneer ranked 3, the 17-5 record. And Drury with a 15-7 record. Great passing, great job. Drury drawing off the defense and finding an opening for 2 points. They will score first. Braden Thayer getting a little double team, goes inside the bubble, feeds it back out to Josh Wood with a shot off the rim. Recovered by Hugh Sajowski, ties it up for 2. Well, I think we talked about this a little bit last game, but Pioneer has been really on point with their defense, especially with their rebounding, whether it's lucky positioning or something else more strategic. They've been doing a really good job with getting the ball back.
They have. Their defense has improved a lot.
On over to Beauchamp. Beauchamp trying to drive in. Having difficulty, moved all the way around, trying to find that opening, and a travel is called.
And I must say, it's nice to hear the Pioneer fans so loud today.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I don't think any of them had anything better to do today. I mean, once you get this deep into the tournament, I feel like this is the place you got to be.
Especially when it's a home game.
Absolutely. I mean, after this, it doesn't matter what your record is. It's going to be going to neutral places for round of 4 and then the final. Braden Thayer with a 3-point shot.
Nice, Braden.
Pioneer takes the lead. Jorge Bond over to Beauchamp. I'm sorry, that's Dante Dillard. Dante Dillard with 3-point shot. 6 set.
And that's how they're going to answer that.
Yeah, I have a feeling this game is going to be right down to the wire. That kind of one team does something, the other one answers back. A lot of mirroring. Alex McClellan on the outside finds Sajowski. Tosses it up, no good. Kurt Redeker gets boxed out for getting that recovery. Dillard to Beauchamp. To Jorge Bond, back to Beauchamp. Off the rim, recovered by Sajowski. Handed over to Thayer. Gives it to McClellan, who drives in fast and stops the reset. A shot, 3, and a foul. From the top of the key, Braden Thayer. Boy, fantastic job there. Oh, looks like he's saying it was inside the 3, so it was not a 3-point shot, but he will get 2 and then the bonus coming up. And he sinks it. Jorge Bond looking like he's going to get double teamed here. Tries to drive through, gets a foul. Foul is on nope, Braden Thayer. Oh, nice pass in. Ball
right
takes a
around.
tough roll. You always hate those tough rolls. Redeker tries to drive in. And he gets the foul. Not exactly sure what happened, but it kind of looked like defensive player went down, and when you go down, your body is still responsible for any fouls that occur as a result of that. And Kurt Redeker went down after him. But that was before the shot, so Thayer will take it underneath. Out to Syhowski. Back to the corner. Braden Thayer inside the three. Rolls off the rim, picked up by the Blue Devils. Long pass. He's going to drive in for the layup. Then step back for just the jump shot. Makes the two. Well,
Will explain that one to me.
well, it was a looked like an offensive charge. I guess charging is always offensive. I can't think of a time when it's a defensive charge. So it'll be the Devils' ball. Long pass, long shot, sinks it for a deep three. Drury takes the lead, 10-9, with just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Around there, Syhowski over to Wood. Back to Thayer, finds McClellan, up for the two.
Nice.
Puts it down. Some early defense here, hoping to force some sort of turnover. But Drury's been doing a good
wide
job.
open.
Someone
Wide open.
Yeah. Boy, that's the turnover. Kind of like blitzing. You know, if you're pulling your defense up further, who's being left open? 3-point
Nice,
shot.
Josh Wood.
Oh, boy, the action is flying too fast to keep up with, Carrie.
Can you imagine what the fourth quarter is going to look like?
Oh, it's going to be quite a barn burner. I think the intensity is going to be it's going to be intense through and through. No foul on that. Braden Thayer with the ball, feeds it over to Josh Wood, gives it over to Alex McClellan, goes in for a jump shot.
Beautiful.
Sinks it for two.
Now that was pretty.
Pioneer playing really simplistic offense here. Not trying to pull a lot of people off, just making quick things happening. If they have even the slightest opening, they take it. It's been working for them. Ball comes loose. Nice shot by Connor Hinkle.
Yeah, they're going to find a way in as well.
Well, I think this is why, like, there's such a 3-point shot by Redeker off the rim. Picked up by Mormon. Hands it off to Jorge Bon. Yeah, I guess the reason why there's such a rivalry with these teams is they behave so similarly.
Yes.
Both in defense and offense. Well, I mentioned earlier that Pioneer wasn't doing anything super creative, just doing what they can and getting a quick shot wherever they can find it. Drury doing the same thing. Off the rim, picked up by McClellan. He's down over to the corner, finds Redeker, tries to drive in. It's triple team, no good. Picked up by Syhowski, and he'll get the foul. This will be the first time Syhowski will be up to the foul line this game. And puts it down. Substitution for the Blue Devils, Mormon for Daly. Off the rim, picked up by Bond. Diller driving in.
Nice.
Gets swatted away. Oh, a little bit of collision there going for the ball, but none of it's a foul. Drury recovers the ball. Hinkle to Bond. Daly puts it up, no good. Syhowski stops, sends it across the court over to Redeker. Back to Syhowski. To Thayer on the outside. Redeker up top. Syhowski thought about it. Toss it back to Braden Thayer. They'll have a little bit of a reset. Long three. That'll touch nothing but out of bounds. About 44 seconds on the clock. Pioneer with a 3-point lead. Very fast-paced, aggressive game going on. Inbounded.
Well, did you expect anything different?
I would have been very surprised if it was anything but fast-paced. 3-point shot.
Nice shot.
Osham. And it is tied with 30 seconds left on the clock. Glazier over to McClellan. Back to Thayer.
Double teamed.
A little bit of misstep. I think Braden Thayer was hoping to draw both people off and then
It looked
toss
like
it
it.
back to Glazier.
Yeah, it looked like it.
But it went off his foot. It's just a tough angle there. Drury with 10 seconds left on the clock. Long pass over. And
Nice.
comes loose. Jackson Glazier sends it over to McClellan. He'll have no time to put the ball up. And that is 8 minutes of time in the book. Scores tied, 17 up. Boy, some intense gameplay going on here, Carrie.
Definitely.
Boy, fantastic. But
Well, I'll tell you what, Pioneer wants to win.
absolutely.
All 3 games they've lost to Drury this year. However, last year, 2023, they did beat them. I believe Drury won once and we won once.
No, you are absolutely correct. And I will say, except for the one that we won, all of these games have been single-digit wins.
Right.
Meaning they've all been, the scores have been within 9 points of each other.
Right.
And that just speaks to what we were talking about earlier by these teams mirroring each other so well. Is they're very similar. It's almost like Drury is like the Bizarro Panthers. If you're a Superman fan, but we are gearing up for second quarter. Pioneer will be taking it at half court. And of course, if you're just tuning in, well, thank you for tuning in to this game. Whether you're watching it live streamed on YouTube, broadcast on channel 1075, or watching it later on, just thank you for stopping by. Redeker feeds it over to Josh Wood. Back over to Thayer with a 3-point shot.
Nice.
Sinks it. Full court press by Pioneer, looking to really, cause some upsets.
Yeah. They're getting back quick as well.
Absolutely, you got to do that. As we saw earlier, they had stepped back to really give some extra press, and Drury found a man open and got an easy 2 out of it, and that's something that you got to always have in the back of your mind. Beauchamp over to Hinkle. Finds Mormon.
Shot clock.
Sinks it before the buzzer. To the outside for Josh Wood, goes for a 2-shot, puts it in. Oh, finds Mormon slightly open, but swatted away by Josh Wood and recovered. We'll bring it down, get stopped deep below. Over to Syhowski in the corner and then back out up top to Braden Thayer. Over to Alex McClellan, they'll do a little bit of resetting. Redeker, the ball back up top to Wood. McClellan. Some good quick passing, trying to draw the defense off, and a 3-point shot by Josh Wood, no good, and picked up by Beauchamp. Tried to hand it over to Bond, and goes out of bounds. It'll be a Pioneer ball over near the Drury bench. Well, with a tight game like this, Carrie, these are the kind of turnovers that could be detrimental later on in the game.
It's the small stuff. It's the small stuff that's going to kill you.
Alex McClellan in the corner. Back up top to Syhowski. Redeker drives it in, gets double teamed, sends it back out to McClellan with a 3-point shot off the back of the rim. Recovered, uncontested by Drury. Dante Dillard. Fancy footwork, feeds it over to Jorge Bond. Goes in there with a jump shot, no good. Recovered by Redeker. Long pass over to Josh Wood. Oh, missed opportunity there. Nice solid pass. If they made the connection, that would have been a very easy jump shot for Wood, but just like those kind of Hail Mary passes in football, if you send it too far ahead, it's hard to collect. Mormon puts it down for 2. Josh Wood. Back over to Thayer. Redeker up top, gives it over to McClellan. Finds Syhowski, but stolen away by Beauchamp, gives it over Dillard. Back to Beauchamp, deep 3, sinks it.
Beautiful shot.
Drury takes the lead. Or we're talking those missed opportunities, Carrie.
You know it.
Those little things that could steer the game later on. A shot recovered by Redeker, surrounded by blue. He goes down, no foul. It'll be called a jump ball, and that is in favor of Drury. And a timeout is called by Pioneer. We'll be taking a short break. A lot of opportunities being seen. Like I said, when we have a game this tight, you mentioned the little things. That's the kind of thing that when you're answering back on the big things, like making your shots, making steals, making your rebounds, if you're evenly matched, those little things, such as just a slower pass or a pass that just so happens to bounce off your foot or just bounces out of your hands, those kind of things could determine how things go at the end of the game. But boy, what a tight, exciting game. Just over 4 minutes left in the first half. I'm going to let the clocks catch up. 4:05. And let's see, Pioneer coming off of a game against Athol, 42-32 win during round 16. And
Fenway, round 32.
Of course, we could take a look at the graphic here.
Tyler, I am so impressed with that graphic.
Thank you. Going above and beyond on this one. In the red circle, we're seeing where we are in the bracket. And we'll talk a little bit more about that at the half. to Miles Beauchamp to Jorge Bon. Mormon back to Dillard. Trying to find openings, gets an alley, tosses it up. Couldn't get the right angle. Recovered by Pioneer. Kurt Redeker in the corner finds Thayer.
Right around.
Couldn't make the jump shot. There's Mormon down low, looking for that opening. Gets the 2. I gotta say, it's really tough when you're a player of Mormon's height. The kind of defense you can play with somebody with the ball of his height and that close to the hoop.
Definitely.
You know, you don't want to foul. You also don't want to roll out the red carpet up to the hoop. Ball stolen away. Jorge Bon makes his way around, trying to drive in there. Goes down, can't make the shot. Recovered by Pioneer. Pass over to Josh Wood off the rim. Goes out of bounds. And it comes up. Drury. Two and a half minutes left. Drury, 4 minutes, or 4 points in the lead. Yikes. Carey, I'm getting tongue-tied.
Pioneer's going to catch up. We don't want to have them go to the locker room down.
Oh, and looks like an offensive foul on Drury. Pioneers into the hoop. It's an important turnover. Sahowski brings it back up top, tries to find Thayer, gives it over to McClellan, long shot. Thayer tried to come up with it. Now the ball is Redeker's. Things getting a little intense after the whistle. I think that some ferocious hands started to get to Redeker, and
well, we knew this was going to happen.
Well, I mean, you're wiggling around with the ball, you're fighting to get a turnover and strip the ball. Like, you're bound to have some hands flying and stuff like that.
And nobody's going to give it up.
But did come up in Pioneer's favor. It was their turn to get the jump. Sahowski to McClellan. Over to Josh Wood. There. Sahowski. He'll drive in. And he gets a travel. It's like his pivot foot might have slid a little bit before Mormon came down. Has been letting the clock run. It's a minute and a half left. Dante Dillard finds Mormon inside.
Slapped away.
Boy, great job there by the Pioneer defense. Alex McClellan with a jump shot. Takes a good roll, and that's 2. All right, Bond hands the ball over to Beauchamp. He gives it over to Daly, back out to Dillard. A great ball movement to find openings by Drury, really making the Pioneer defense run around to keep up coverage. Ball sent backwards. No shot clock. Boy, a tough three-point shot there by Drury. Now no shot. Pioneer looking to make themselves the last ones to possess the ball in the first half. Kurt Redeker. 10 seconds on the clock. Pioneer's going to need to make something happen. Braden Thayer gets a tough roll.
Tough break
bounce on that hoop.
Tough break.
And going into halftime, Drury has taken the lead, 26-24, as they head to their locker rooms. Boy.
Coaches are already out on the floor.
And I think a little bit of discussion on what had happened with that.
I'm sure.
That jump ball on the floor, but looks like all has been decided and figured out. Boy, a tough second quarter, Carrie. We went into the second quarter 17-17, and both teams scored single-digit points the second quarter. And a lot of defense. I would say there was a number of, I think, there might be just some of that pressure and nervousness. There are some passes that are just not being met with enough glue in the hands, so to speak.
Right.
But that just means the teams are battling ferociously, both of them.
They are.
And but some I feel like definitely both teams, both defenses won that quarter for sure.
I agree.
And but
and this is how it's going to be the entire game.
I think how hard both teams are working, it almost feels like, the team that's gonna come out on top is the team that doesn't run out of steam.
Right.
It's going to be the first team
what
to
do they
start
say?
making mistakes.
If you can't outplay them, outrun them.
I think that's very applicable here in this game. It's going to come down to who can keep going, who can keep making them work. I would say I've been noticing it more with Drury, that a lot of their offensive passing has been moving to one side and then sending it straight across, which really means a real suicide hustle.
Right.
From the Pioneer defense, and that could be wearing them down, could be trying to find more openings, because your instinct goes, let's flow over here,
right.
And that can open up a lot of shots there. But we'll see what happens in the third quarter. Again, both teams just so evenly matched, but we will see what happens. We'll take a short break. Stay with us for more Division 5 state tournament action right here on BNC TV. All right, welcome back, folks. Third quarter of this exciting game, Division 5, Round 8, boys basketball. Intense, and that is capital every letter in the word, intense.
With an exclamation point.
Absolutely, exclamation point. So far, Drury just eking out a lead, but we have seen it alter throughout the first half. Right now, it couldn't be much more anybody's game. Redeker over to Josh Wood. Back to Sajowski. There with a jump shot. Tough bounce off the rim, swatted away to get recovered by McClelland. Great job there by Pioneer. I love that kind of coordination. McClellan with the ball, goes in, thought about the jump shot, over to Thayer for the three, sinks it. Just like that, Pioneer takes the lead early in the third quarter.
And let's see how Drury answers.
Well, so far, both teams have been answering pretty much in kind, back and forth.
They have.
But, you know, I always wind up bringing this up, is what kind of halftime was it? Was it too much rest, or was it exactly what they needed halftime? And we'll see what happens with that. Foul on the jump shot for Mormon. He will get 2 at the foul. And off the rim. He'll have another one coming his way, though.
I really like, too, how they're talking a lot.
The
Pioneers communication.
No, they are a great team with their communication. And I love a lot of the nonverbal stuff.
Exactly.
That they have going on. I mean, like earlier, when we saw that jump shot that didn't happen, Syhowski, I believe it was Syhowski, swatted it away outwardly because he knew that McClellan might be there. 3-point shot by Redeker. Sinks it. Boy. Redeker usually the one playing down low, going in for the layup.
Yes, he's had a couple today.
Boy, it's great to see, and you got to mix it up. You know, you have patterns. Oh, and the ball hits off a shoe, and it comes up Pioneer, no jump shot, and it could get thrown away again. Oh, good recovery. Boy, dangerous idea. I have to call it out. When you have that kind of turnover, you can't turn away like everything's okay. You got to make sure that people are where they need to be.
And I'll have to tell you, Coach Thayer agrees with you there.
Syhowski to the outside, finds Wood. Back out to Redeker, and finds Syhowski.
Wide open.
Unattended. Caught Drury watching on that one. Dillard drives it in, sends it back out to Jorge Bond with a 3-point shot, no good.
They're lucky because he can hit it from there.
I believe also Jorge Bond was the one that made the steal off of that turnover that we just talked about earlier.
Yes.
Braden Thayer to Syhowski. Back to Thayer, long 3-point shot. Up the rim. Alex McClellan scoops it and sends it back out. McClellan in the corner. Off the rim, no good. Oh, almost stripped away. Now that is, get credit where credit's due, Connor Hinkle, when he recovered the ball, he checked around himself, made sure the coast was clear before making any moves.
He did.
Back at the top, Bond. Over to Dillard. He'll do a jump shot just inside the 3. No good, comes up Pioneer. Pass over to McClellan. Hands it off to Redeker. Josh Wood with a shot up top. Takes a tough roll, recovered by Beauchamp. Over to Dillard. Oh, boy, found Mormon unattended underneath. That was
good thinking on their part.
It was great thinking on their part. Again, thing I mentioned earlier, I think caught Pioneer looking and lost track of who was covering Mormon. Drury took advantage of that. Syhowski feeds it over. Back to Syhowski. Thought about the 3-point shot. Takes it back inside and out to Thayer. Drives it in, jump shot, takes a tough roll, comes up McClellan. Boy, a lot happening there, tough to unpack that. Essentially, ball comes up, Drury. Well, you love games where it moves so fast, you just can't even keep the commentary flowing. Bond tries to drive it in.
Right to Redeker.
I think he saw something that he didn't see. Oh, and knocked away by Mormon. And sends it out of bounds. Very clean defensive tactic there by Mormon. It was a very clean all-ball swat. Out to McClellan. Syhowski. Josh Wood tries to drive it in. Goes for the jump shot. No good. Drury will recover. Oh, ball sent up. No good. Syhowski has the ball. Needs to give it away. Full court press now by Drury. Really looking for those turnovers. They had success earlier on, so I think they're going to keep that pressure up. See if they can drive a wedge in this score. Syhowski. Oh, and it looks like a defensive foul on Connor Henkel of Drury. And a timeout is called. It'll be Pioneers' ball underneath. But boy, so far, a lot of things happening. Like we talked about with keeping your hands on the ball, it's going to come down to who is going to make the most crucial mistakes.
Yep.
And we've seen a couple of, gosh, I don't know how you'd describe them, kind of like double turnovers, where you kind of see a great defensive play, but then can't hang on to it afterwards, and the ball turns over yet again.
Yes, they are. Both teams are not going to let that ball go, which we talked about earlier.
This is a game that every second.
And I really don't think there's been a lot of fouls.
No, there hasn't. I mean, we're just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. We got 2 fouls total, 1 and 1. So nothing has come close to the bonus yet in this game. It's just been good, clean, tough basketball. Well inbounded, finds Redeker, goes up for the 2. Dillard comes around, finds Henkel in the corner.
Nice.
Tried to feed it over to Mormon, but you could hear the
tap.
Yeah, the thud from the basketball off of Syhowski. Great defense. Syhowski with a 3, sinks it. Boy, what a crucial shot to drive a wedge.
Hugh usually isn't that aggressive with, he's more conservative underneath the hoop.
Hugh has been so crucial in rebounding, and usually the rebounds are within the 2-point range, so usually he's that kind of after-the-fact shooter. But it was, they're mixing it up. They're going against their book. And I got to change the score. I thought that was a 3. I think it was a 2. Long 3 shot by Braden Thayer. Great recovery by Pioneer. They'll get the ball again. Syhowski to McClellan. Back out to Glazier. Finds Syhowski. Long 3 again by Braden Thayer. Those, it's one thing if those are the only shots you can get open for, but those can be dangerous if you're missing so many of them. And Drury was not happy with that turnover call.
No, they actually thought it was theirs.
Well, no shot clock. About 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Josh Wood to Thayer. 5 seconds. Thayer with a jump shot. Takes a tough roll. Comes up Drury. And Dillard with a shot after the fact.
Little late.
But, hey, when you have that, you try for whatever you can do.
You said it.
And going into the fourth quarter, the final 8 minutes of this tournament game, the tension here is thick.
It is.
Pioneer coming out with a 3-point lead, 36-33. Very defensive game. But, you know, we've been seeing some crucial mistakes that we've been seeing. The kind of mistakes that, like, again, as what we talked about, mistakes that can just happen. It's part of basketball. It's part of the game. But when it's this tight and this tense, and both teams are this good against each other.
You're overthinking it, too.
Me?
No. On the floor.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, you know, you're your own worst critic, and
right.
Every mistake is like the worst thing ever. But, you know, it's unfortunate to think about how when games are this tense, you think about, oh, we would have won if we didn't have that double turnover.
Right,
if we had made that shot.
Everybody will remember a bad play they have and take the blame.
Right, and, you know, they seem innocuous, but then collected together, it's like, oh, we wouldn't have had to go into overtime if we had that, you know, those kind of things.
Right.
So, 8 minutes left, fourth quarter. Pioneer with a 3-point lead. Hinkle over to Dillard. Wins Beauchamp. Back out to Bond. Dillard moving it around, really making the Pioneer defense move. Long pass over to Bond. 3-point shot from the corner, comes up short. McClellan picks it up. Pioneer gets a handle on it. Syhowski up top finds McClellan in the corner. Gives it back up to Josh Wood, Redeker. And very similar ball movement, moving around, making the Drury defense really work for their coverage. Kurt Redeker with a shot off the back of the rim, recovered by Drury. Beauchamp to Bond. Bond trying to drive in, sends it back out. Dillard goes in for a layup, tough bounce. Pioneer can't recover it. Mormon grabs it and gets the foul. Well, that's a tough ball. Real scramble to recover the ball when it took a unexpected roll. You know, when the offense recovers it that closely, it's a panicked scramble. And usually with panicked scrambles, mistakes are going to happen and you're going to draw that foul off.
But subconsciously, you're still saying, I gotta get it, gotta go quick.
Yep, absolutely. Mormon sinks the second one. Brings Pioneer's lead down to 2. McClelland over to Redeker. Josh Wood just inside the 3, off the rim. He'll get his own rebound. Can't hang on to it though. Jorge Bond comes up with it. Drury takes off. Mormon trying to drive in, gets double teamed for the jump.
Good call. Good call.
Boy, that's great awareness. You think they just had an opportunity to get their hands on the ball, or they knew the ball would be theirs in the event of a jump?
I'm just glad he called it quick. I don't think either one were letting go.
But very valuable turnover. Good job by Redeker on that defense. There, this is the Redeker. Sahowski up top. Feeds it over to McClellan, goes for the three-point shot. Off the rim, Redeker comes up with it. And that should come up Pioneers. Not because of Jorge Bond went down, but it looked like some defense from behind Redeker had bumped him down. And that was the defensive foul. Braden Thayer with a three-point shot. Ooh, tough roll off the rim. Beauchamp comes up with it. Long pass over to Bond, gives it over to Dillard, and puts it down for two. And the score is tied. Redeker to Sahowski. Like Pioneer has been taking a lot more chances from the outside.
You have to.
For good or bad, yeah, they've had difficulty. And
nice,
just like
Braden.
that, you know, credit where credit's due. I feel like if I didn't say that, they would have taken another three-point shot. So, no, fantastic job, Braden Thayer, threading that needle, finding his way inside, and making the two. Dillard with a shot off the back of the rim. Sahowski comes out with it, sends it over to Redeker. Josh Wood with a three-point shot, sinks it. Oh, that shot was precious. Pioneer with a 5-point lead, just over 4 minutes left in the game. Dillard with an easy two. Oop. And a timeout is called. Boy. You know, I'm having a lot of moments where part of me is thinking to myself, is this where the game opens up?
Right.
You know, and then the other team just kind of answers back,
right,
and like keeps that. It's kind of like it's like sewing a hole in your pants shut. You know what I mean? It keeps opening up at the seams, and you're like, is this where it's going to happen?
Right.
But the sewing just keeps going through and tightening it up. Boy, but boy, that was such an important three-point shot for Josh Wood. Pioneer, we talked about it earlier a few minutes ago, but I feel like for the most part, Pioneer has either been trying to take less stressful, wider shots rather than trying to find time to go inside. For better or for worse.
It's a catch-22.
Right. I mean, he had that crucial shot by Josh Wood, but there were a few that have been missed that makes you wonder, did it have to be shot from that far away? But, you know, you just don't know. You just don't know.
Well, you're not going to get them if you don't shoot.
From here on out, there's going to be frantic full-court press, no doubt, from Drury. McClellan over to Josh Wood. Three-point shot off the rim, gets his own shot, puts it up for two. Boy, great recovery there. 3.5 minutes. Pioneer with the lead, 43-38. Right, Bond. Almost
Pioneer
stolen away.
crowd is amazing today.
Oh yeah, they showed up today. Oh, looks like some sort of foul by Rediker. I'm not exactly sure how or what had happened, but the call is the call. So it will be Drury's underneath. Oh, tried to feed it over, finds Braden Thayer. Over to Rediker, he goes up for the jump shot and sinks the 2.
They make it look so easy.
Boy, when they have the forward motion, you know, Pioneer is like a speeding train, you know. And a good 2 jump shot by Drury.
Oh!
Well, little I understand what he was going.
Now, absolutely,
yep, I understand what he was going for, but
yeah,
that's
yep.
And you know the defense is going to get like really aggressive and really desperate, and a timeout is called, I think. Nope. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure what the call was on that one. But Alex McClellan. Oh, tried to feed the ball. Now that's what we should have been seeing is they stayed back and made sure that any problems occur, somebody was open. Great job by Pioneer. McClelland over to Rediker. Finds McClelland. Over to Josh Wood. Oh, tough bounce. McClelland recovers it, sends it back out. Back to McClelland, finds Rediker. To Thayer. He takes it back out, a little bit of a reset.
Slowing down the pace.
Over to Josh Wood. Yep, taking a breath, letting our offense kind of reset, get themselves together. Josh Wood brings it over to McClellan. To Rediker. Over to Josh Wood with a 3-point shot. Comes up short off the rim, recovered by Dillard. Dillard finds a hole, drives it in, gets the 2.
Yep.
3-point game, minute and a half left. Pioneer needs to be precise, careful, and eat the clock. Alex McClellan drives in, gets the foul. I would say that might be the lightest foul you'll ever see, but a foul nonetheless. Definitely saw hands on his arms, and that's gonna count. McClellan puts it down. 4-point game now, minute and 20 seconds left. Every second counts in this game.
And it's going to be so long, Tyler.
You think it's going to come down to that fouling to stop the clock situation? And Alex sinks 2. And a timeout is called.
Let's see what Drury's game plan is going to be. You know what Pioneers is.
Yep, eat the clock. Gotta eat the clock. But you know what? One thing that we've seen with Drury is that they have been a ferocious defense, ferocious on the steals.
They have.
Aware of their surroundings and the passes. There's been plenty of turnovers to suggest that they're not out of this.
Absolutely not.
No, if Pioneer's not careful, a couple of turnovers.
Especially if the fouls start coming out.
Absolutely. I mean, right. Yeah, it is going to be such a tense 80 seconds. It already feels tense. Hands are sweating during the timeout.
I know it.
But the student section is on their feet.
Yeah, they are. It's been amazing.
Yes, it has. Boy, this
community has really, really turned out.
No, and I'll also mention that the way we're looking right here, it's Drury's ball. They're taking it out. The clock is against them. So they're going to need to try and make points as fast as they can, right? So
they're also going to try to get the fouls, so.
Right, absolutely. And actually, Drury is one foul away from Pioneer being in the bonus. And that could really come into play. To the outside, Beauchamp to Dillard. Dillard finds an opportunity, and he gets the travel.
Did it. Yep.
Great defense there by Pioneer. Patient defense, playing tight, but playing conservatively. Don't be too aggressive, just don't let them shoot. Ball inbounded. And a foul is called on Moorman, so that will be the bonus now. So we're entering what we talked about. We're now in that end of the game, which is completely warranted. You're really crossing your fingers, hoping the foul shots don't go as planned. But that's not enough. You also got to make the turnover on the possession. And Sajowski sinks it. Sajowski with second one. Off the rim, bounces up. Redeker recovers it and comes away with it. I'm not sure if that was a jump or a foul. Let's see what the ref
foul,
says.
I believe.
Yep, holding. It is holding. And a timeout is called. And Drury's coach is not happy.
Not at all.
Understandably. You don't want to see this kind of stuff happen.
He'll get kicked out.
What?
I said he better watch it. Although there's only a minute left, but.
There is a minute left. Pioneer. Now, did it change or am I misremembering? Because I still can't get a grasp on this. This bonus now is 1-1, or is this straight up 2?
Straight up 2. There's no
Straight
more
up 2.
1-1.
Okay. All right. 1-1, of course, meaning if you make one, you get the other. But now.
Yep, they
Pioneer,
did away with that.
Was that how the season started?
Yes.
And then.
So there was 2 rule changes. That one with no more 1-1 once you reach 5, and the other one was you can wear jewelry now.
You can wear jewelry now. So would you say all the players out there are supporting their belly button rings?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure they have them all taped up.
Absolutely. All right.
Let's go.
Pioneer coming back out. Redeker at the foul line. He's no stranger to that. See if Redeker can put 2 more nails into the closing of this game. Oh, tough roll on that. Oh, and off the rim, picked up by Moorman.
Less than a minute.
Over to Dillard.
That's wide open.
Dillard goes for the jump shot, sinks it for 2. And another timeout is called by Drury.
It's that same spot. They need to get over a little bit. Pioneer does.
No, you're absolutely right. I think I I'm kind of watching the ball, so I'm not watching what the rest of the offense is doing, but I'm wondering if certain coverage is intentionally moving away because it draws the defense with them.
Right.
So if Mormon, for example, who's playing underneath, if they want to make sure to cover him tightly and he steps to the opposite side of the hoop as the drive for Dillard in that case, it's going to open up the lane a little bit more to one-on-one defense rather than the double team. But 51 seconds left. Pioneer with a 4-point lead. I don't want to say anything about what can and would happen. I feel like anything I said I could be blamed for at this point. So I'm just going to call what happens and not make any more predictions.
You know it, and you know how superstitious athletes are.
No, over here, Pioneer, they're at least a little stitious, right?
To say the least.
Ball inbounded, finds Thayer. Brings it down, finds Redeker. I think Redeker, his foot slid out of bounds. Nope, it was, sorry. It was a foul on Drury, so Pioneer will get 2. I would say Pioneer did a great job of, nice job by Redeker. In a part of the game where you have to get the foul as soon as possible, Pioneer did a really good job of kind of staying away from the players to eat up as much clock as possible. Off the rim, and ball goes out of bounds off of Drury. Slahowski knew it. Right now, the strategy is inbound the ball and run out the clock. And the clock has stopped. 37 seconds. Thayer will go up to the foul line. There, sinks it. Extends the lead to 6. Off the rim. Covered by Jorge Bond. Ball comes back out to Dillard for a 3-point shot. And Pioneer recovers it. And the clock is stopped at 21 seconds. And Pioneer will get 2 again. Yep, Pioneer stepping back. They're not even at the line. Nice job by
I'll tell you, Bond looks, talking to his coach there, as you can imagine how he feels. But that kid's a freshman.
He's an excellent player.
I mean, his future's bright. They have nothing to hang their heads about.
Well, they worked hard. They're ranked
sixth.
3-point shot. Was down, fed over. And Josh Wood will hang on to it. 5 seconds left. Braden Thayer kind of went down a little hard, saving the ball. Great job there.
Look at the fans on their feet.
it's got to be really tough to be in that kind of situation where you know the inevitable's coming,
Right.
but you still got to go through the motions.
I hate it when there's like 20 seconds left and they just stand there bouncing the ball.
Well,
I mean, I
it's a
get
courtesy thing, but you should play all the way to the end.
Right.
And as time runs out, Pioneer moving to round 4.
The Final Four is where we find ourselves at next week.
I didn't do the research on this one, but I'm going to need to look up when the last time Pioneer made it to the Final Four of state. That is, I believe it was a while ago. I mean, Pioneer is no stranger to the state tournament or Western Mass Championship, but I believe Pioneer was eliminated during round 16 last year against Maynard.
Yep.
But right now, if I remember correctly, off of the bracket, right now, Pioneer, let's bring that back up real quick. So Pioneer, after winning the game down below, they're playing New Mission. New Mission is rated 2nd right now.
Wow.
And we have Hoosick Valley and Mahar Regional. And actually, I think the Mahar coach was in the stands here watching.
I saw him scouting out a little bit.
He's planning things, making notes. The nice thing to do would have been at least to go to bnctv.net, watch the game there, and at least give us a view.
Exactly.
Very, very selfish.
Maynard did that, though, 2 years in a row for the girls. They came and sent scouts.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Why not do that? Especially this far into the tournament,
Right.
So we're looking at Hoosick Valley versus Mahar in the Final Four. So whoever wins that versus whoever wins New Mission versus Pioneer. And I will say, I believe Mahar is ranked 5th. So we got rank 5, rank 3, rank 2, and rank 1 still in the tournament.
Amazing.
So very interesting in Pioneer. I gotta get rid of this graphic. Pioneer now in the Final Four has it's being awarded with making it to the Final Four. Great job there. And I wish they would turn around to the camera over here. But fantastic game by Drury. We can't end the broadcast without mentioning that Drury fought hard. They battled. They did everything they could. We talked the entire game about how evenly matched they were.
I agree.
And it was just such a tough battle.
Which is the reason, too, why we played them 3 times this year. That third game was an independent game because you only play 2 against each other on a regular schedule. So I think as far as the coaches were concerned, that was a really great idea to do this year, just because they are so evenly matched.
Well, and I think that they're a fantastic rivalry, and it's we'll call it regardless of not being in the same not division. What is the other
League?
name of the league? Thank you. Being not in the same league, I believe Pioneer's Hampshire South and Drury might be Hampshire North. But the idea that both of these teams can play each other every year, and there's no other team that sharpens each other. Right. The way these guys do. And that's what you want to do. It's just it's a fantastic game. It's great to see, but we'll figure out more information as it comes. We don't know where the location is. It'll be a neutral site. Pioneer has not played Mission, I don't think, ever before. as
No.
far as I know. This will be a new experience. They did play Hoosick Valley, so if they win their game in the Final Four, they'll be seeing Hoosick Valley again. They
Right.
played them at the Hoop Hall Classic.
Yep.
And Hoosick is number 1. But they'll be playing Mission, who's ranked number 2 in this next upcoming game. Hopefully it's we find out very soon, and I'll probably travel for it if BNC TV can get there.
Looks like they're getting ready to cut the net down.
All right. They are looking to get ready to do that. But for now, Carrie, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, I had a blast.
This was a fantastic game to be at. And make sure to subscribe to us, stay up to date with games that come up. And, we're less than a month away from baseball and softball.
I know. Captain's practices started last week.
And though, no matter what happens in the state tournament here, there's more sports to come. So definitely subscribe to us and follow us. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.